Talkin' Sex Live is recorded in front of a live audience. This show is for mature listeners only. Hello, you're Talkin' Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I'm Diane.
And I am Chet, and we are an unlicensed sex therapist. We're a couple who's had a very experienced sexual couple we've had a lot of sex and
a lot of relationships.
And we want to share our knowledge with the world, providing sex education as well as just answering questions about relationships from callers and discuss just sexual nature with people. So we are here with our producer, Wells. How are you doing tonight, Wells?
Hi, everyone. I'm well. How are you?
We are doing
good.
Great. So we are streaming live right now to Twitch
and caffeine as well.
That's right. We are back on caffeine, and so and Wells will be monitoring the chat for that. So if you have
indeed my finger is on the pulse.
That's right. So if you have any questions tonight, go ahead and ask away on the chat, and we will get to them at some point. Wells will be monitoring that. We're also recording for YouTube and also for any podcast platform that you might be listening to right now. We're also joined by our great friend and sex toy expert, Peter. How are you doing tonight, Peter?
Hi, Chet and Diane. It's
Oh no! What happened to all your sex
good
toys?
To see you. Oh, it's kind of a touchy subject. I was on FetLife, making new connections with people, and I met a really lovely person. We got to chatting, and I mentioned my toy collection, and they were very interested and asked all sorts of questions, lots of specific questions, and they seemed really interested in my toy collection, and it's like, oh great, this is just a great icebreaker for a personal connection here, and seemed to really hit it off, and they wanted to see the collection. So we had a nice a short dinner. They seemed kind of rushed to get to the action. It's like, all right, I mean, some people are like that, I can go either way, spend the evening really getting to know someone, or maybe just rush into things. And very attractive person. So I was like, all right, let's go for it. So we went back to my place, and they found the cuffs right away and immediately cuffed me to the bed. It's like, wow, you move fast, but I'm into this. Next thing I knew, they
took all your toys.
They took everything.
So in case if you only listen to the podcast for this show, Peter he does the show like in front of all of his sex toys, because he's a sex toy expert.
It's my office,
and he has a ton of sex toys, and now they're all gone.
Years of collection. Many I purchased myself. Many were sent to me by the companies that manufactured them for testing, for review, for everything else. But it was a massive. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You can bring it together. You got it. You got this, Peter. So I mean.
Massive collection of it's personal. It's very, I mean, how much more personal can you get than a sex toy? But it's very personal, and it's all gone. But
you have another closet full of it, right? You have others, or is it all? It was just all in the. I mean, you have
a storage locker, but all the good stuff was here.
You want to display the best stuff right behind you. I get
absolutely.
it. I understand. I mean, and now it just looks like you have like an IKEA, like a Luxembourg, right behind you.
Yeah, no, it's a Billy.
It's a Billy. Sorry,
and that's the only one that's left. I had more shelves. They took
the shelves from you.
Yes, I thought it was weird that they showed up in a minivan. Well, not a minivan, like one of those like Econolines.
Okay, like the big ones that you rent from from like Home Depot or something like that. Like,
yeah, exactly. And it's like, I thought, okay, it's a weird personal vehicle. But again, like, I'm not a judgmental person. You know that about me. I don't I don't judge people, and so it's like it didn't cross my mind. But apparently, this last shelf didn't even fit in the Econoline van. So
Jeez.
Oh.
lucky me, I get to stare at an empty shelf every day.
Got it. So,
But please don't let me bring you down. I'm
it's all
sorry.
right. No,
Yeah.
we're that definitely would not bring us down. We know that you're doing well, my friend. You'll bring yourself up. We got you the silicone 3D printer for Christmas, and
Yeah.
you can
Restock
start
your
using
shelf.
that. You can make your own sex toys. I'm sure you've made plenty of molds from your penis that
Yep,
you can just
yep,
go ahead
yeah.
and start making some dildos or whatever type of butt plugs that you want to put on your shelf there. You're gonna restock. You're gonna be okay. You must also get like a ton of like endorsements and sponsorships since you're a tester, right, or an expert. They must just send them to you. Like,
Yeah. So I'll start over. I'll start fresh.
Okay.
It's I'll see it like a new beginning, right?
got it. Not a problem.
So the memories.
So we have a very special guest for you guys tonight. We have a friend that we want to bring on. It's a female friend named Tori, and someone who's special to me, and hopefully she'll be special to all of you once we get to know her a little bit. So Diane's gonna go bring her out, and Peter, have you met Tori before?
Yes, I have a lot of experience with Tori.
Okay.
One of my favorite people. Absolutely. I think I've had years and years of experience with Tori. I think she's just absolutely wonderful. Has brought me and many other people just endless hours of joy.
What about you, Wells? Have you actually have you met Tori before, or is this going to be the first time?
I'm a big fan of Tori's. Unfortunately, the past year, we've only been able to catch up with each other a few times. Quick lunch here, a little coffee there. But I definitely like to spend some more extended time with Tori, my friend.
Okay, so without further ado, I want you all to meet, and I introduced Tori. How are you doing tonight, Tori?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Oh.
Thank you, darling.
So Tori is actually short for
Clitoris.
Clitori, right? Tori the Clitoris.
That's right.
You are a full-on clitoris here. That's just here to provide some
Knowledge, information,
yeah.
Most people are not familiar with the
No,
full
not at all.
extent. 90% is what you don't see.
Oh, really? So if for those who don't know about clitorises, what you can actually see on a woman's body is just right here. It is called
The clitoral gland.
or the glands of clitoris. It's either or there. And so, but what's amazing is that it actually it extends down in. So this area right here of you, it's actually goes around the vaginal canal and around the labia. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So this is, what do you call, this kind of looks like some testicles here. Is that right? But it's not testicles.
This is bulbs.
Yes, it is the bulb of vestibule or vestibulus bulbs. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's been called different names.
Different things. So actually, the terminology for you it's still being developed.
Oh yes, very very new. The whole clitoris.
Yeah, because it seems like there's not a lot of research that's been going on. How long has the research actually been done on the whole clitoral structure?
Well, I know the first beginnings of the clitoris, just the outside part, is the 1500s, I believe.
Okay, so that's just right here, and so there's a little clitoral hood.
Oh, that's very simple.
Oh, sorry, I forget. Here's something that's very important is that
over 8,000 nerve endings.
Yeah, so you don't want to just go ahead and touch this clitoris right here. You actually have to arouse the woman. It's made of the same type of material that a penis, the erectile material, is on a penis, and it actually it starts to enlarge when it gets aroused.
Yes, it can enlarge up to 300%. Size
Wow.
When aroused.
And is it correct that I've heard that you have twice as many nerve endings as the penis?
2 to 3 times as
There's
many.
8,000 nerve endings.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're sensitive.
this is amazing because she is actually the only organ in all of human body, all of any human body, male or female, that's completely dedicated for pleasure only, sexual arousal.
At least that's what it's come to so far, the research.
Yes. So, well, what are these guys right here? So you got these little arms. You kind of look like a wishbone with like some with a nutsack hanging from your mouth.
Oh yes,
neck.
my corpus.
Yes. So these are the corpus cavernosums. Is that right? And
That's
down
correct.
here is called the crus clitoris. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're just going at it on your
Yes,
own
yes,
there.
I had a little scratch.
Self pleasure. I get it. That's amazing. So when a penis goes in you and they try to actually stimulate you, some women, about 60%, is that correct, can't actually reach orgasm from.
Oh, honey, I think it's around 75.
75%. Wow. Is that just due to how big your neck is? How long? Oh, sorry, I touched you there.
Oh,
is that
naughty boy.
very naughty boy? So has to do with how long your actual neck is, or?
Well, yes, it just depends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people.
So if it's not that long, then a penis can go in and it can actually touch this edge right here, and then.
If I'm a little bigger, there's innies and outies and belly buttons. So
Yes. And so you're.
some glands are bigger than others.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's just like a man, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Some penises are bigger, some are smaller.
So you would recommend, if we were to start, if I was a man or a woman.
You're not a man.
I'm not. I mean, I'm just saying, if I was a person who wanted to arouse or make you excited, what's some things that I can do? Are you angry, Clitori?
That's all right.
I'm sorry about that. So if I wanted to please you, what are some things that I could do to make you grow larger, and then what are some things that I can do that will make you feel good and then eventually climax?
Well, you can first slowly start with a woman's neck.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch the clitoris yet.
You don't touch it. It's not a penis. You just can't whip it out and just start yanking on it, and then it'll eventually get hard. It's quite the opposite, right?
Oh, yes. So just warm her up first.
Okay.
Kiss her neck.
Mm-hmm.
Caress her, then work your way down to me.
Okay. So when I get down to you, what? Like, I can't just go right at it and start rubbing.
No,
what are
you could put the palm of your hand on it and rub in circular motions.
So like that, or
That's the idea, but
just like that's what I want to do. I just want to put my hand right on you and just
not
go
the
like
hand,
that.
the palm of the hand.
Like that. I
You
mean,
can do that.
some of that motion.
No,
not that.
no.
Not that. Just like some of that. Just
every
very gently.
clitoris is different too.
It is.
Figure out what each one wants.
So where do these go in you? Where in a woman's body? Where do these guys go? The crus clitoris, or in the corpus cavernosum? Where does all this go?
Oh, it's behind the labia.
It's all behind, but does it extend like into your pelvic region?
Oh yes, this part.
Oh no, man! Your self-sufficient clitoris is. It's just. Oh god, you're. This is blowing my mind that you're masturbating. It's just it's
Not
own.
quite.
Okay. So the whole region of a female's body, like down in the pelvic area there, you can rub all of that, and that is all connected to this, right?
Yes.
Wow. So
hours and hours of pleasure. A clitoris orgasm
mm-hmm.
can
What about
last
it?
up to 30 seconds.
Wow. I mean, I'm good for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds? Not even that. I don't know.
From the looks of you, 2 seconds?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, maybe I'm
You just
wrong.
think that I just jerk off and just, and that's it, right?
Oh, I could be wrong.
Maybe. Peter Wells, do you have anything that you want to ask to Clitori here?
I've heard that the clitoris really doesn't age.
Oh yes, in fact, we grow as we
really?
age. We never stop growing.
Really? So you get bigger as the woman ages?
Yes, but we never age.
Oh,
we
you
just
don't
grow.
age. But so when you are in an 80-year-old woman, it still is just as healthy and as young as, say, a 20-year-old woman. Is that correct?
Well, I would hope so.
I hope so, but it's just a little bit bigger. So is it more like the nose and the ears, where it just keeps on growing, or like how as you get older, how noses get bigger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's. I mean, I wish penises did that. I mean,
yes.
yeah,
Down to your ankle.
yeah. And
Don't we all?
just starting getting bigger as you get older, and just like that's how you're the leader of the pack is
I'll
by
call you
having
Frankfurter,
a gigantic penis just sitting there, just like I'm 80 years old and I have a
Big
3
dick
foot long.
swag.
Yeah, we got that huge dick swag, that Pete Davidson swag
Oh,
there.
that's why he gets all the ladies.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Pete Davidson.
Really?
Pete Davidson.
So,
oh, yes,
so
yes,
does he?
Yes.
Did,
Oh,
stop!
much
Come,
pleasure.
stop.
Oh.
So, does he know how to pleasure you correctly, or does he just have a
yes.
big penis?
Oh, all the above.
So, do you think that a big penis is essential for pleasing you, or is it just more about tongue motion and how to make sure that the actual glands of it is caressed, or is it the whole package?
Oh, I'd say the tongue for the clitoris.
Oh, okay, so I've got
But I do like a big dick every now and
you like a
then.
big dick every
Oh,
once in a
yes.
while. That makes sense. Wells, do you have any questions for Clitori?
Yeah, in terms of growing in size, I've read that Tori actually, between the ages of 14 and 40, will grow 4 times its size.
Wow.
Is that true? Did you have a similar growth spurt?
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, look how big Clitori is right now. This is a giant
Very
clitoris.
big.
I mean,
Quite
that
big.
that's like an Amazon
You
woman.
know, it's about the same size as a penis, 4 inches.
Yeah, well, I mean, not my penis. No? All right. Tori's laughing at me.
Oh, yes.
Uh,
I'm sure you've got the big dick
Oh,
swag.
sure, maybe.
yes,
I like
yes.
to say,
I can tell.
I have that. What do we call it, Peter? The Goldie cock? I don't know why I'm asking you.
Goldie cock.
Goldie
Yes.
cock,
No,
yes.
that's exactly what I've been told.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been told that as well, the Goldie cock, right? Not too big, not too small, just right in between, just good enough.
Well, that's the best kind.
Right. So thanks for flattering us there, Clitori. So, Clitori, I don't want to keep you here anymore. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. And you really, really like biting on your crest clitoris there.
Oh, yes.
That's amazing. So, we will have you back on the show again if you want in the future. Is that all right?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, can I give you a high five? Cock. There you go. Is it okay if I kiss you, or is that too much? Is that too much?
Naughty
That's too much.
boy.
Naughty boy.
Don't start what you can't finish.
Hey, I get that a lot from Diane. She tells me that all the time. So never mind. I won't. That was it. Just a high five. Thank you so much for being on. Have a good night. So, Wells, how do first of all, I just wanted to ask more about Clitori. Also, do we have a caller once you follow up with that?
I do not have access to the switchboard right now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go.
But there's a lot more to know about Clitori.
Yeah, I mean, did you have anything that you needed to ask, or was it more about were you just kind of curious as in general?
Well, one of my interests is Tori's experience in other animal species, such
really?
as spider
Like what?
monkeys.
Oh, okay. What's going on with the spider
Monkeys, they have clitorises that are so large, the female does, and so pronounced that in order to see the difference between a male and a female, they actually have to locate the scrotum.
Oh,
So say it again.
wow.
So how does that work? So
Their clitorises are very, very large, and
Okay.
they protrude. Yes.
Oh,
wow.
Same
So
size
the
as a
whole
penis.
thing just sticks
They
out.
look very similar to a penis. Yes.
Got it.
Hmm.
Okay.
It reminds me of bonobos, who there's what's called the bonobo handshake,
Right.
which is when two female bonobos entwine their clitorises together and pleasure each other because they have prehensile clitorises.
Wow.
Yeah, so they can manipulate them in various ways, and so they'll entwine them and pleasure each other that way. And
Wow.
their species really has no qualms about homosexuality like humans seem to get all
All bent out of shape.
tongue-tied over. Yeah.
So I mean, the males are just there to procreate, and the women are there to pleasure each other, which sounds great to Diane, right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So who is the person that we have calling in? I will go ahead and let her in there, Wells.
Sure. So we have Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
and she's having a hard time breaking the news to her boyfriend that his testicles are so rancid that every time she attempts to perform oral sex, she wants to vomit.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
That's
okay.
quite a
Oh
bit.
my.
So,
All right. Hello, you're talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I'm Diane.
and I am Chet.
This is Jamie.
This is Jamie?
Yeah, this is Jamie. Thank you so much for taking my call.
No
problem.
problem, of course.
Yes, I am so sorry to hear about this problem that
So
her...
his balls are smelly. Is that what your question is?
Yeah, they're nasty. I mean,
Oh.
it smells like 3-day-old puke.
Oh,
Okay.
like a fish factory
yeah.
or like
Cute.
a
Fisherman's
fisherman's
wharf.
wharf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woof.
Wharf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, worse.
Like the ye old curiosity shop up in Seattle, Washington.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it smells
Yes.
awful. I get it. It smells like
It's pretty bad when they don't shower for a while.
Men and women. There's a big stigma, a lot of like stereotypes of like, oh, that fish smelling vagina, but men
Oh, just
as
as
bad.
bad.
Just
oh,
as
yes.
bad. You gotta wash down there. You gotta make sure everything's clean, especially if you're uncircumcised and you're a man. You gotta make sure that your foreskin's cleaned. So
I would.
Well, and I tell you,
Mm-hmm.
we've taken showers before.
together.
Like that's yes.
Oh.
And it
And
still
I
smells
made
like
sure
a
that he cleans.
Ooh.
Yes, it still
Well,
smells.
like
Yeah.
a halitosis of the balls.
Sometimes you have to just wash
Halitosis.
it yourself when you're in the shower to make sure it's clean enough.
Oh,
Yeah, so Diane washes
yeah,
my
I've-
penis when we're in the shower to make sure everything's clean. She's like, if I'm going down there,
I pull back the foreskin and I wash it good if I'm
yeah,
gonna be
make sure
going
her
down
mouth
there.
is all over that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, well, I got a special sponge even.
oh, you're
for
really
it.
scrubbing down on it, and it's still.
Yes, I've really scrubbed on it. Yes. I hurt my back on the tile floor of the shower.
Oh my goodness.
Just trying to get under it really good. Yes.
And it still smells.
It still
Got an
smells.
extra soft toothbrush. Yes.
Okay.
You might have
smells.
and it might want to go see a doctor then.
Yeah, that
if it
seems-
still smells after washing, he might have an infection
Seems
or
like a
something.
medical thing. Like it might be some type
An
of fungus.
infection?
Sometimes with normal like antibacterial soap, it will do nothing for a fungus. Like I've heard of yeast infections for men.
Yeah,
There
it
can
happens.
the yeast.
Really?
Yeah, it can be in there if in with yeast infections. It's also jock itch. That's the same type of fungal. You might want to try just getting some normal.
Ew.
It's all right. Tinactin, good old tough actin Tinactin.
But
R.I.P.
it's in my mouth.
No, well,
my-
you want
oh.
to spray it on, and then you'll go ahead and wash it off before you just start putting it in your mouth.
Well, you might
But-
want to
I'm
wait
just-
till it clears up
I'm
before.
Yeah.
just picturing now that there's probably an infection in me that I don't even realize.
Oh.
Why I've been feeling so shitty for the last 2 months.
I don't
It's probably because of his stupid penis and balls.
or COVID. I don't know. I mean,
Who
have
knows?
you had is viral? I don't. Wells, have you find anything about fungal infections or fungal? I guess it's called a fungal infection.
Or
being
yeast infection.
a yeast
for a woman.
infection being spread into the body. I've never heard of this. Have you heard of anything like that, Wells?
Well, I have been doing some research as we've been talking about some sort of pathology where specifically the testicles have an odor to them, and there is not a medical condition where that occurs.
Oh, really? There's no actual medical condition where just balls have this
just
distinctive odor
balls, yeah,
that smell all the time,
yeah,
like just
no matter washing,
permeate
no matter the
smell.
washing.
Like you
Yeah,
have
I
a
will continue
infected
my
tooth.
research, but
Okay.
I have yet to find any sort of official medical diagnosis
Got it.
of this problem.
You know, usually it's the penis that smells.
Yeah,
Is
we're
she
not-
sure that after she washes them as a prank, he doesn't just put something on there
Yeah.
that makes them smell? That's
Yeah.
the only logical explanation I can think of.
Wow. Of all the guys for me to pick, is a guy with balls that just smell.
That smell all the time. I would try the fungal route. I mean, I've never had jock itch before. I've had ringworm.
On your penis?
No, just like from a cat, like on my arm or something like that. And so I've never actually put, tenactin on my testicles, but it is a thing. Fungal, if you just jock it comes from wearing jock straps and having a tight fitted piece of clothing that doesn't breathe, and having it be sweaty. Just the bacteria just will grow a fungus in there, and I don't know if it smells though. Peter,
there are conditions like that, absolutely. I mean, you talked about the fungal, and I think that's really what it usually comes down to. There are some specialized ball cleaning products. I have mixed opinions on how necessary that is, but I did have a company send me a sample. If you look at
it's gone. I'm sorry, Jamie. Peters was our sex toy expert. He had all of his sex toys stolen.
Yeah, and I had all sorts of other things too, including I had a ball wash that I was sent recently, that's gone. I don't know what they would have done with the. Okay, anyway, point is there are products out there. I don't know how necessary they really are because it's really a rare issue here, but it does sound like talking to a doctor would be a very good idea. I think Chet is right up the correct alley here with the idea of this being a fungal infection or something along those lines. And so, but you need to take it seriously, but he especially needs to take it seriously because it affects both of you. So.
If he's joking around, then this is the time to have that discussion, being like, I can't smell your nuts anymore.
Just tell him you're not going to go down on him, and that'll wake him up fast as anything.
That would do it for me.
Let me ask, have you tried going down on him in the shower directly after cleaning his testicles and his penis?
That's a good one.
Yes, I have.
And it still smells.
It still smells. And you know what really pisses me off, you guys?
What's that?
For Christmas, he got me something. Have you guys heard of poo-poo pourri, for when you take a shit, you spray it in the toilet?
Poo-pourri,
right?
That's pretty popular.
So poo-poo pourri came out with something called Pits and Bits.
Okay.
It's a thing. It's a deodorant for women for your armpits, under your breasts, or your vagina.
Oh, no.
He got me that.
Wow. It's a little evasive. Yeah.
I love that for you too.
Say that again, Wells?
I love that for you too.
For YouTube or for you too?
For the two of them.
It's on a U2 album. Got it. Okay.
No, I thought you were saying that for Chet and Diane, for us. Like you wanted for us to have. Like, why would you want that? Oh, you're saying for Jamie to have this. So have you smelled this? Does it smell good or does it not smell good, Jamie?
It smells good. I mean, they have 3 different kinds, but it's I bathe twice a day usually.
Oh wow!
Oh, then
and I think my vagina smells good.
Yeah,
but he has the nerve to give me that when. Yeah. And I'm like, well, where's this for guys?
Yeah, I would look into some type of ball spray. I mean, is there any sprays out there for just to make your genitals, like a perfume for your genitals out there, Peter?
Generally not a good idea, honestly. I mean, that area is extremely sensitive to all sorts of things, and it tends to react poorly to things like perfumes or colognes. You generally want to keep fragrances away from it if possible. I'm also going to just jump to something you said, Jamie, about you bathe twice a day. That's this isn't a judgment thing. This is just a pure advice thing. That's generally very unhealthy for the skin and can lead to a lot of problems. Generally speaking, it's best recommended that people at most maybe shower 2 to 3 times a week.
What?
With rare exceptions being, let's say you're someone
Diane takes a bath like once or twice a day.
Oh, that's
and then
really
showers.
bad for your skin. It dries it out very
Rub
badly.
coconut
And
oil,
it can actually lead to additional infections.
She rubs coconut oil all over her body every night, and it's super hot, and her skin is silky smooth all the time.
All right.
So,
Well, it's just from a dermatology standpoint, they strongly advise not bathing that often. 2 to 3 times a week is much better for your skin.
My skin, my
But
face,
your sex life.
my face would be zitty, and I would smell awful. Good God, my ass would just
say goodbye to blowjobs.
Yeah, it would just I don't know. Well, to each his own. You can go ahead and give that advice there, Peter. Yeah. I am going to happily disagree with you there. But Jamie, I hope we've pointed you in the right direction at least, because it seems like you have a few options here. Tinactin, not sprays. What about lotions? Is there ball lotions out there? Some testicles?
Maybe he needs to just air his nether regions out.
Yeah.
Go walk around naked.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just you and him in the house.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Get some air.
Is that right? You're right.
All right. Well, I'll take it to the doctor. If it turns out that he just has smelly balls, he's out.
Oh, he's out. That's right.
That's the deal breaker.
It depends what is your, what's important to you. And if, you love to give fellatio and he doesn't want to wash his balls or take care of that problem, then, I would say that's a deal breaker.
Doing him a favor, too.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Jamie, I hope we helped you out. Have a good night. Stay sex positive out there and be safe. Okay. She's just gone. She's like, no.
There was one time you whipped out.
She out.
Yeah, she's out.
So say that again, Diane?
I was saying there's one time we were on vacation and we did a lot of exercise and he whipped out his thing and I was like, I'll suck that thing, but you gotta wash it.
You gotta wash it. Yeah.
And if you have a specific circumstance like that, you work out a lot, whatever. But that's even when they recommend specifically if you need to shower more often, just focus on a light rinse and then wash just the specific common areas. They say pits and groin. You can wash those, the rest light rinse, and then get out of that shower. But for the skin, regular shower. Because the thing is, your skin needs to develop oils. Those oils are there for a reason. They're there to protect it. And so when you shower frequently, especially including soap, you wash away the oils every single time, and your skin never gets to develop its natural protections. So that's that. But if you work out constantly, take a very quick shower, wash the truly smelly bits, and then move on.
Wells, how often do you shower?
Every day.
Every day? All right. Good for you.
Once a day.
All right. Yeah, that's me. Good. Right before I go to bed, then it wakes me up. I don't know
why you do it right before bed.
Yeah, and if Diane's not in the mood, I'll go ahead and jerk off. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's
why
he does it before bed.
Yeah, yes. and then I go to, and then it puts me to sleep. So if I know Diane's in the mood, then I won't shower, and then it's all clean for her to go down on me. So
it's not clean yet to go down.
Yeah, but it just depends on how many times we've had sex in the day, and if we were deciding to do it before we go to bed. It is a great aphrodisiac. Oh, sorry, it is a great sleep aid is what I was trying to say. Yeah. So, orgasming and having a lot of fun with sex makes you fall asleep, in case anybody wanted to know. Wells, do we have somebody else calling in?
We do, but first I'd like to give a shout out to Heathen Down Under, who tweeted about this episode.
Oh, cool.
Our friends over there in Australia. Thanks for watching.
We love Heathen Down Under. We love Gretchen and Heath. Fantastic people. They were on the show last week. Last show. 2 weeks ago. Yeah. 2 weeks ago. And man, oh man, did they have some great international sexual advice for us. They, I still can't get over the whole Ask Any Farmer reference that still cracks me up about Hugh Jackman. Ask Any Farmer, because I guess that's a term down in Australia of Ask Any Farmer. It's just kind of like Bob's Your Uncle or any type of term, and we were all super confused.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either. And so I was like,
till right this minute.
I guess that's a phrase. Like, it's just being like, that's common word. That's just how it is. Ask any farmer. I just thought that was super funny, and we were all like super confused about that. But I guess Hugh Jackman is not a very burly man in Australia, which is great. Watch that episode if you are listening to this one or watching this one, because
super funny couple.
Yeah, and watch their show, Heathen Down Under. Gretchen and Heath talk about Australian life and sex, and they have a whole different perspective than us. But it's also, I feel like there are inverse, but just because they're in a different hemisphere. But I don't know, they're like the same, but just in Australia. So check them out. They're a lot of fun.
They're the same, but upside down.
Exactly. So it's a weird image comes to mind when you say that. But Wells, who else do we have calling in right now?
We have Larry from Jersey.
Okay.
He did not specify whether it was Old Jersey or New Jersey, but he
Yorktown
has a question about food play.
Okay.
All right.
You are talking sex live with Chet and Diane. I am Chet.
I'm Diane.
And is this Larry?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right. So you want to have some questions about incorporating food with in your foreplay? Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, me and my wife, been kind of trying to spice it up. We've been together 35 years, so you can't do the same old anymore.
Yeah, you got to do something different.
Right. So we wanted to introduce, food. We both love food. We love it.
Who doesn't love food? Anorexic people, maybe. I don't know.
This is here's the problem, Diane. It's just every time, we start with the foreplay and food play, we're both good cooks. We end up getting full and don't even finish.
Oh, yeah. Like your stomach's too full and you don't want to eat. You don't want to do anything. Yeah.
Right. And
so, go ahead.
Then, because I guess, we tried then going, maybe you just put in less food, but then we're hungry.
Yeah.
What should I do?
So what's your process here? I would think that the best way to do this is just to maybe not have the food plate be your full-on meal, and instead of just kind of do it like in between meals. I picture this either doing it like late at night or like at the middle of the day, like maybe around 3 o'clock or something like that. You eat lunch at noon, wait 3 hours so that you're not like super hungry. You want to just devour a bunch of food, but maybe a light snack, and that's what it should be with food play. You don't want to be just like eating a filet mignon off of a vagina. You want to just experience some strawberries, some chocolate. There could be whipped cream. People like to do a lot of gooey types of stuff, caramel or caramel.
It's really sticky too.
Yeah.
Just be careful with the sugar-based foods with the vulva, because that can cause a yeast infection.
Yeah.
So keep them higher up on the body.
Yeah. We've tried peanut butter before, and it just kind of gets like a lot of. We're not into food play. Every once in a while, we'll do a few things with
boobies
and Diane puts stuff on my penis and sucks it off sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And I still
ice cream on your.
Yeah. Oh god, that ice cream in the hot tub. Mint chip ice cream on my penis, and she sucked it off.
Tasted good.
Super hot. Still have a fantasy that Diane's never done, where she makes my penis into a hot dog by putting a hot dog bun around my penis and put ketchup and mustard on it and just eat it off. I still don't know how that would work, because it was.
Oh, your birthday's coming up.
It is coming up. I'm gonna
maybe
be
we'll try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an old man soon, and she is. She'll try that out. But to answer your question, I would go for something in between meals, and then just build up to it. You don't have to have a full meal. What are you doing currently? Are you making like a full on like pot roast or casserole and
turkey dinner. What are you making?
What's going on here, there, Jamie? Or no, wait, sorry,
Larry.
Larry, there it is.
Larry.
So, there it is, Larry. What's going on?
Yeah, well, Jersey, the accent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we've been doing different sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have we'd have like some fries. Hey, I'm a big guy, so
okay.
She doesn't want to eat that much whipped cream. I don't want to eat that much whipped cream.
Mm-mm.
And it's like that. It's like just having sauce. Like what about gravy? Like we have tried that before. If you have not gone down on a woman until you've gone down on a woman with gravy.
I mean, I think the gravy would make it a little too warm. It's just like it has to be the right temperature. And would you just pour it all over the vagina, or just
well, you don't have to just put it on the vagina. You can put it on the body.
Oh yes.
There's more to there's the breast, there's the neck.
Is that
you
correct?
Can put some on your neck.
What's your technique there, Larry?
Well, see, what I do first, have some gravy and maybe I'll put some mashed potato nipples.
Oh,
I'll put.
See, that sounds
great.
That
there, and then I pour some gravy.
Okay.
We'll start there.
Okay.
Then leave a little trail, just like a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, we have this very, very special ladle that we'll use.
You make a little trail going down of mashed potatoes with a little trough in there, and you pour some gravy, and it just kind of trickles right down to the vagina. Is that correct?
Yep, just like that.
Wow.
And then it's like when you're making a turkey, you got to keep it moist. So you keep pouring gravy, pouring gravy as you go.
Uh-huh.
But by the time you're full, she's full too.
Wow. Okay, so you eat it all off. How does she get? Are you saying full as a euphemism that she's having an orgasm? Is that correct?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we had a suggestion coming in from the chat. So hippie Jill, sorry to say it's a man. I just did say he, but hippie Jill is saying that do it after a day of fasting. Don't eat anything or touch your partner. 24 hours later, good to go. So have you tried it during fasting, where you're just like you haven't had anything to eat? And then you just go ahead and throw food out, and then you just gobble down.
Oh, that'll be an interesting challenge.
Yeah, I think we should have hippie Jill on the show to start giving some advice here. So I think that's a good idea. I don't know if I'm not fun. I don't like fasting at all. It takes I don't know.
I get lightheaded.
Yeah, I get my blood sugar goes crazy.
5
days of no food. Good God, not me. I can't even go a day. When they and you have to take like blood work, and then you don't have to eat for like at night, and then you have to wake up. I'm just dying. But anyways.
There's also some options. You can play with more conceptual food play. Instead of being so literal and specific with actual food. There are various toys that are shaped like types of food. There are, like corn on the cob and whatnot.
Like a dildo that's shaped as a corn cob, and you just start
absolutely.
Banging?
There are corn cob shaped dildos, and then you get the bumps and the ridges in it too, which can be pleasurable. There are flavored lubricants. I've got a lot of brands of.
Oh, still nothing back there. I'm so sorry. There's nothing back there, Peter.
Nothing.
You got it all stolen away.
I had a great collection of flavored lubricants that I could suggest, but you can look them up online. And
it's all gone.
The corn, as I said, I had the corn on the cob.
Okay.
Anyway, but point being, you don't necessarily have to use literal food, and maybe that can scratch some of the itch for you and your partner, so that you then, when you're finally ready to do whatever it is that you want to do, that you consider the main course of the sexual activity, you're not too full for it.
Hippie Jill also says, do you cook all of your food too before you do this? So if you did, that would be a long day. Do you do that, Jamie? Or sorry, Larry? Good God,
Jamie
what's wrong with
Jamie was
our
our previous
last
guest,
caller?
yeah.
Wow.
Yes, the balls, yeah.
Did you just really want me to be Jamie?
I want you to be Jamie again. I'm sorry. Come back. No, you're fine. I'm sorry, Larry. Yeah, Larry, do you cook all your food?
It's all right. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, most definitely. It's kind of part of the plan.
Oh, yeah, it's part of the arousal. Kitchens are very sexy.
We'll tease each other with recipes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our my dick pic is some lobster tail, some little bit of truffle butter, some bruschetta, and just a nice little chunk of bacon, because bacon makes everything better.
Oh yeah. So what do you do with the bacon? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to put this on a female's body. I can imagine wrapping bacon around your penis and having the woman eat it, but then the whole teeth thing gets involved and hurting your penis. What do you do with the bacon there?
The real question is, what don't I do with the bacon?
All right, what don't you do with the bacon?
I'm curious. We're just sitting here on edge trying to figure this all out.
The main thing that I don't do with the bacon is I don't skimp. Oh no.
You don't skip with the bacon. Okay, so it's just like you pile bacon all on top of her and then you eat it all off.
It's a lot of bacon.
It's a lot of bacon.
Oh yeah, you gotta have it in different places. Like you make tassels with them. She likes to make.
Did you say tassels or castle? I thought you said castles. You're just like
tassels.
Oh, tassels. Got it.
Like
put it on the nipples.
Nipple tassels.
And just have the bacon hanging
out.
That's great.
So you have the tassels. You make edible panties. I crochet them all and everything.
Oh, really? So you make a whole panty out of bacon? That I can see that. Do you guys get a little kinky and make like a penis out of bacon and do like a bacon penis strap on? And then you eat the strap on off of her? No, I don't know. I'm throwing things out there.
You're trying to tell me something that you want to try.
Maybe no, I don't know. It seems it's a little out there.
Okay,
I appreciate
no kink shaming. It's okay if somebody wants to do that.
Sounds a little more comfortable than a candy necklace, maybe.
Yeah. To have a bacon penis that your
sounds very complicated to make too.
Bacon penis.
No,
you put that on the old idea board. I will make it. So, anyways, go for it.
She's vegan, so she prefers that I use. I usually get a little bit of peanut butter.
There's vegan bacon. It's just very expensive.
Some of it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've
Morningstar Farms makes some good stuff.
Made out of tempeh usually.
Yeah, I've made some bacon, vegan bacon from tempeh before with some smoke, liquid smoke, and there's actually some bacon seasoning that you can put on there that's all vegan, and it actually tastes pretty damn good. But I'm sorry, Larry. Go ahead and continue.
Yeah, no. So that's usually our thing. She looks like Lady Godiva, covered in meat. I look like I look like like Adam, coming out of the Garden of Eden, covered in all kinds of greens and cheeses. Well, not vegan cheeses and everything. It's great, but like I said, we get full. We get full from enjoying each other, and we just don't want to pour sauce all over each other.
Yeah.
Then there's a waste of the food.
I would highly suggest to, wait like what Hippie Jill's suggestion, just to go ahead and wait to do this, like fast a little bit, and then if you're super hungry, especially if you're making food, I don't know about you, but when I'm making food, I my hunger goes away. Like if I'm somebody who's waiting for food, if I'm the recipient and I'm not cooking, then I get hungry smelling all that stuff. But if I'm in the act of making something, my hunger goes away, and so that could go ahead and and make your hunger go, and like you could make a whole day out of it, and then fast, and then take a good 4, 5, 6 hours to do all of this activity, and then go for it. I mean, sploshing is a full day activity. You have to put up tarps, so if you don't want anything to get all messy, if you don't, because cleanup's a big deal, like unless you're just don't give a shit about having food all over the place. But typically, your normal person will want to have no food all over your house, so you have to lay down plastic or something to keep food off the furniture and the floor, and so, or the bed. And so it's a full day. You have to prepare the food, you have to put all the plastic down, and then you can go ahead and go at it. So Hippie Jill, sploshing is basically food play. Mm-hmm. It's another word for it is food kink. It's a food kink. So sploshing is that correct, Peter? Am I just rambling on here? Yeah.
It's actually a term I hadn't
heard of sploshing
in that context. Yeah. No, I've always heard the word just kind of in general as a word for making a mess out of things. But that's interesting.
Sploshing? Did we make that up? No, I'm pretty sure I heard of food play as called sploshing. It's like just a food fetish, like where you just put food all over you and then you eat it off each other and you have sex, and it's very messy. But the whole mess of having food and having sex and with all of that's part of it. So sploshing. Let's see.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, sploshing. Actually,
is it called sploshing?
I was just doing some real quick lookup, and sploshing was just being pretty messy. But at least as far as Urban Dictionary is concerned, sploshing is sexual sensual food exchange.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Okay.
But that might be one of those bogeyman kind of things.
Yeah,
with the spelling and pronunciation.
Sploshing sounds like something that like Nickelodeon would have made in the 90s, like Gak.
Yeah.
Just like
Nickelodeon sploosh.
Yeah, some sploosh. But anyways.
I guarantee we definitely do a little bit of both.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sploosh just sounds like...
splooge.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, don't think you can make that gesture.
I can't make that on Twitch. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Maybe we should fast.
Yeah.
We should fast, and then maybe just actually have sex, and skip the foreplay for once. But
you gotta.
It's going back to normal.
Well, I mean, you have to be turned on. Mm-hmm. And as a sexually experienced couple, especially since you've been married for 35 years, it's normal, just run-of-the-mill sex can get a little... Bland, exactly. So spice it up. Do things that you like. You start to explore that. There's a limitless amount of avenues and possibilities that you can go through to explore and have sexual desires and fantasies, just anything
just to spice it up a bit
to tantalize
role play.
Exactly, just try something new. It's carpe diem, man. Carpe sexum. Just
seize the day.
Seize the sex. So just keep on doing it, and just try something new. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it anymore. Try everything. Diane says 3 times.
At least 3 times.
At least 3 times. And then if you don't like it after 3 times, then you definitely don't like it.
Probably not.
Yeah. And then go ahead and keep on. If you do like it, explore, enhance it, heighten it. Do something different. And sometimes you might take it a little too far and pull back a little bit. And then just, find something that makes you fun. So, there's a difference between
you're right.
Kink and fetish. Kink is more of something that will just turn you on. A fetish is something that you absolutely need to get off. So if you it's like you have to differentiate. Like, well, I cannot come unless I have a turkey leg on my wife's breast, and then well, that's just something that you're gonna need to do. you're going to have a turkey leg on her breast every time you have sex. But if it's just something that turns you on, then, keep on doing it. But you don't need to do it if you don't want to, right?
Yeah. You're right. And Diane, you're definitely right about that. Tried at least 3 times thing, because my wife wanted to peg me with a rib. And,
I would not recommend that at all.
No flare base.
No, it was a baby back. It was okay.
You don't want to put any barbecue sauce and meat inside of your anus.
The bone has rough edges.
That sounds very painful. I mean, try something that like what Peter was saying of a. I'm sure you could probably find a dildo or a anal plug that is shaped like a rib.
Just about anything. I mean, it's like what is it? Rule 34 or Rule 43. I'm suddenly flipping them in my head. But the old rule that anything you can think of, there's porn of on the internet.
Okay.
But the same applies here. I'm sure someone has made a dildo of it, and if not, you get a good 3D printer and you make one yourself.
There you go.
They're
only $300. Buy them off Amazon.
You can definitely find a dildo of just about any shape you want.
So,
can I still use salt? Put sauce on it though?
I wouldn't recommend the sauce.
Not internally. I wouldn't recommend that.
You can put you can pretend to have it be sauce by having it be just
a good flavored lube.
Yeah, flavored lube. And if you are really kinky, as long as you go ahead and douche your anus beforehand, you can have your partner lick off that lube from your anus after you go ahead and insert that in there. So.
She can clean it like a chicken wing.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I hope we helped you with your food fetish, my friend. Sploshing, whatever you want to call it. Larry, please stay safe out there and be safe, sane, consensual, and sex positive. Have a good night, my friend.
I will.
Good night.
All right.
You too. Have a good night.
Yes, I hope you're hungry, my friend. So we have a lot of comments from Q9KSA. It's just a bunch of emojis. There's a whole lot of eggplants and fires.
Eggplants, fire, and laughing.
A
and
big
thumbs
laughing
up.
face. And I'm glad Hippie Jill thought that Larry was great. And we think Larry was super great as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Putting yourself out there like that is always appreciated.
Yeah. I mean, food is something that we don't bring into the bedroom.
Not often.
Just I mean, it's because of the messiness and it's.
Have you tried frozen grapes?
Oh, I do love eating frozen grapes, but I haven't.
It works really well because you have the sort of icy feeling on the skin. It doesn't create as much of a mess as ice cubes would. You can suck on them. You can put them in each other's mouths. It's wonderful.
Do you put them in the vagina, or is that just around the nipples and skin?
I mean, I guess you could.
It seems like it would be a little.
Recommend it.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either.
I've never done that. It seems like it might cause an infection, so I keep it externally.
Yeah.
Or you could put an ice cube in your mouth and then go down on your partner.
That's always hot.
I've done that before.
The classic lifesavers, the wintergreen lifesaver when doing oral on someone, which is supposed to be very pleasurable for them
as well. You can
we
use.
Do love Altoids.
I've done the Altoids with this one.
I like the Altoids on the penis, and then you go ahead and put the penis in the vagina, and it's like a cool and hot sensation at the same time, and it's super amazing. Well, we brought this up beforehand. This was our gift to Wells for Christmas, and it was what is the name of this flavored? It's not a lube. It's just
it's called O.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Have you received that yet? Have you used that, Wells?
I have not used that yet. I have not had a partner to use it on.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Hippie Jill says Altoids are not a good idea. Why is that, Hippie Jill? Have you had a bad experience with Altoids in oral?
Ours were the sugar-free kind.
Yeah, I would imagine inserting vaginally.
You can't put it in. You put it in your mouth, and then you suck on it, and then you give the blowjob, and then it's a super cold but warm sensation on the penis, and then your penis gets cold. No, she's talking blowjobs.
It burns.
And it burns your mouth. You will burn. I guess.
I suppose. Potentially.
Maybe the menthol in there.
I think this is an example of where different skins are sensitive in different ways. And
burns
so
your eggplant. Yeah, I find it quite tantalizing having the menthol on my penis. This cream. It tastes like cookies. It smells like cookies, like sugar cookies, but it also has menthol in it, and it will give that same tingling.
Does it have menthol in it?
I thought it did. It feels like the same as an Altoid. Yeah, I don't know about...
Maybe a little more mild.
Maybe a little more mild. So, but I would recommend it. It's good if you want to try food play, but don't want to go through all the mess. I put some on Diane's clit, Tori. And we'll go ahead and lick it off there. And it's how does it feel when I put that on your clitoris there, Diane?
It's the same, like a heating sensation and then cool.
All right. Yeah. So we are just about out of time. Thank you for all the comments coming in from Hippie Jill and Q9KSA. We like to think that we would have a bonus time if anybody has any questions for us, but we will go ahead and end this show. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you are watching on YouTube or Twitch or Caffeine, go ahead and give us a follow or a like. And if you are listening on podcasts, same thing. Write us a review, because why not? Who knows? Maybe you like this, maybe you don't. If you don't, then listen to something else and don't give us a review, right? So, just joking. Yes. Viva la improv, says Hippie Joe. Thank you so much. Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much, Peter and Wells. And
happy
also
to be here.
Our special guest, Tori. Thanks you for popping in. Have a very good night. Please stay sex positive out there, everybody. We need you to be your best person and respect others as always. Have a good night.
Night.
Good night.
Night.